just like a spark that's breaking out.
Okay, gamers and gamettes, what is going on? My name is Tanek127 and welcome back to another video. And guys, in today's video I want to give y'all a guide for Luna here in the First Descendant. However, before we get into today's video, I got a few shout outs, disclaimers and stuff like that I want to make. And if you want to skip those, I'll leave a timestamp right down here on the video screen. However, if you want more First Descendant content, make sure you are liking today's video and subscribing to the channel if you are new. Secondly, I do want to give a special shout out and thank you to my boy, close friend, one of my biggest supporters ever, AsylumX Productions. Thanks to him, today's video is possible because he was just hyped to see me finally on a looter shooter again after, having difficulties with Warframe, Anthem shutting down, and he was just like, Tanek, I'll treat you to whatever Descendant you want. And I picked Luna because, I wanted to originally make a guide on her like we're doing today. So, big shout out to Asylum. Link to his YouTube channel will be in the video description. Please check him out. Please subscribe. He's actually on his way back to YouTube. He's going to be uploading all kinds of gaming, D&D stuff, art stuff. He's going to have a big plethora of content coming here in the near future, and you're not going to want to miss out. So, thank you, Asylum. Let's go ahead and get on into today's video. So, Luna is finally here, and one consensus I've seen throughout the community, especially if you watch my previous First Descendant video, is the fact that she's a little bit difficult to play. And I'm here to tell you guys that that is not exactly the case. I've went on Twitter, I've even seen people, talking about making her easier and stuff like that. And I think one thing people constantly forget when they play this character is, dude, you're playing a looter shooter. Your first and foremost objective in these games is always going to be destroying the enemy. Okay? It's not like Luna doesn't have guns or anything. She just has a special, unique way of using her buffs. And I think the consensus and the thing most people are forgetting is you're not going to be using these buffs 24/7. You're going to use them when either A, you need the buff, or B, when your team does. Like, for example, if you want to buff things like ability damage and stuff like that during DPS checks, that would be a good time to use the buff. You're not going to constantly just buff throughout the whole fight. You're also responsible for DPS, and I think a lot of people forget that, and they put a lot more pressure on themselves than what's necessary when it comes to this character. And that's what I want to hope to clear up in today's guide. So first, let's go ahead and talk about Luna and everything she can do. Luna, just like every other Descendant, has 4 different skills. And of course, a passive skill. Her first one is called Stage Presence. This is the basic, simple skill. You are always going to have access to this skill. Would you like to know why? Because this is the skill that restores your MP to give you the power to use your other abilities. So no matter what, you will see this skill always there and able to be used. The second one is called Exciting Act. This one changes up the notes and shoots in a different format. It says grants exciting performance to self, grants exciting sound to allies within range. And what this does is when using an enhanced skill, increases the effects even further. So when your allies are using their an enhanced skill, you want to cast this, especially during things like DPS checks or things like that where you want to do high amounts of damage. Now, this one is called Relaxing Act. When you use this, it grants relaxing performance to yourself. Relaxing performance recovers MP when hitting enemies while hitting notes. So I'm going to show you guys how, the whole hitting notes and hitting enemies thing here works in a second. But you're also going to grant relaxing sound to all allies within range. When using an enhanced skill, it increases the effects. Now, we also have Cheerful Act. Grants cheerful performance to self. Cheerful performance acquires inspiration gauge when hitting enemies while hitting notes. Grants cheerful sound to allies within range. And also, once again, when using an enhanced skill, increases the effects even further. Now, if you guys want to know what each of these all do, they're right here on the side. Right here, you can see what exciting performance does for you and your allies. You can see what relaxing performance does for you and your allies, and you can see what cheerful performance does for you and your allies. It's going to reduce cooldowns. It's going to increase the damage of abilities. It's going to do all kinds of different things. And then here is Luna's passive skill, which is, the skill is active all the time. When using a skill to hit a note, inspiration gauge goes up. When the inspiration gauge maxes out, an enhanced skill can be used. Using an enhanced skill completely depletes the inspiration gauge. However, when failing to hit the note, the inspiration gauge goes down and the skill fails to activate. While out of combat for a certain period of time, the inspiration gauge is completely depleted. So, now let's go ahead and show you guys how Luna works. So, you're going to see here at the bottom, she has 2 bars. One bar is her MP bar, the other is the inspiration gauge. You guys are going to see me activate that first ability, that's LB and A. That is always going to charge up her gauge and MP and give you the option to use the other abilities. What you're going to do here is you're basically just playing Guitar Hero. You guys see how the notes appear on the screen? You basically just want to shoot them as they gradually go into the diamond. While you're doing this, this gun also damages enemies. Now, keep in mind, here's the thing with these abilities. You don't have to use them 24/7. And this is where people get bothered. This is where they get worried. This is where they get concerned and stuff like that. Oh my God, it's hard to to hit those notes and hit the enemies at the same time. It's so much to focus. No. Cast the buffs when you need them. Other than that, shoot with your regular guns. And I can't stress this enough. This is one thing that people just keep getting twisted over and over and over again. This is a looter shooter at the end of the day. You are not strictly a healer. You are not strictly a buffer. You are also doing damage with this character. By the way, can we just take a second here to appreciate my outfit, please? Good God Almighty. Just gotta pray that the wifey decides to cosplay as Luna one day. Yeah. But anyway, well, yeah, like I was saying, let's take a look at this again. We're going to go ahead and shoot the notes as they come along, and then we'll switch attacks. You're always just going to focus on hitting these notes. And you can do this while running back and forth. You can do this while aiming at enemies. You can still aim and all that. You just want to shoot at certain intervals. It's really, really simple how to play this character. Now, will it take some, getting used to? Is it the easiest thing in the world and stuff like that? No, not exactly. But I just see a lot of you guys out there putting pressure on yourselves for no reason at all. Now, when you should use certain buffs and things, that's all going to depend on the fight you're doing, the mechanics and stuff like that. But remember, keep your allies buffed, keep the effects going, and also don't be afraid to take out your guns and do damage as well. You are a part of the fight. Your DPS is just as important as everyone else's. But anyway, guys, this simple guide helped you. Be sure to let me know down in the comments below. Anyway, y'all enjoyed today's video. Smash that like button. I will see y'all on the next one. Peace out. Have a good one.